What's up, everyone? Welcome back on Tuesday, July 18th. This is NYU Grad. Thanks for joining again. I'm recording this at 3:45 in the afternoon, right before market close, so the final numbers might change just a little bit, but I doubt it'll change much. Today's episode is going to be called Bankers Gone Wild, kind of like the Girls Gone Wild from the old MTV days. What a bullish action again today. I mean, straight out of the gate, we had some really big earnings calls and news flow items to discuss today. So before I jump into the actual individual pieces, let's go over breadth. It's still about 10 minutes to go, but right now you have roughly 890 new highs and about 121 new lows. Huh, that's interesting, huh? Uh, there, I'm sorry, 880 new highs and 121 new lows. That is more like it. And then you had about roughly 66% advancing versus 24% declining. A broad market rally led by financials, banks, and Microsoft, thanks to AI. So, jumping right into some of the news flow items, pre market, you had Bank of America, Charles Schwab, and Morgan Stanley report fairly decent numbers that the street basically reacted to very bullishly, and all were up today. If you take a look at some of those financials, um, Goldman reports tomorrow, by the way, but Morgan Stanley had reported 200 billion in net new money coming through their door this past quarter, and only 10% of that 200 billion was from the SVB slash First Republic Bank uh, saving, helping the government save those banks. They pay a 4% dividend, which is pretty healthy. It's not too shabby. And if you look at the 5-year chart, Morgan Stanley actually has outperformed all of its peers. So right now, they're kind of on cloud nine when you take a look at that. Taking a quick look at their peers, Charles Schwab is up considerably. If you take a look at their chart before market close, they're up 11.9% today. If you take a look at Bank of America, they're up 4.3% today. So, very, very big day for the banks. Switching over to UNH in the Dow, United Health Group, they were also up 3.3% today. So, in the Dow, that's going to make up a big portion of this up 300 plus move. So, yeah, very, very strong day in banking. Tech actually was lagging financial during the day, but toward the end of the day, a lot of the tech shares lifted off. Microsoft pre close right now, I'm looking at 4.26%. It's up on the news of CoPilot. So if you haven't heard of that, Microsoft owns basically ChatGPT. They're releasing through their Microsoft Dynamics CRM solution, Copilot. So if you are an enterprise customer for their CRM package and chatbot, you can actually add on ChatGPT's AI technology for $30 per month per user. So the street is extrapolating that if they convert just 5% of their existing customer base to Copilot for $30 per month per user, they're going to get 40 to 50% revenue growth out of Office 365. That is why Microsoft is up so strong. But it begs the question, if you're in the technology space and you know some of these competitors in their wheelhouse, how is this going to impact Salesforce CRM ticker? Or how will it impact Zoom Info, ticker symbol ZI, who supplies a lot of sales teams and marketing teams with some of the go to market technologies, right? So they also have Salesforce automation and signal tools that a lot of businesses use to sell. So Microsoft is now infringing and kind of taking away market share from companies like Zoom, from companies like LivePerson, who does chatbots and real time chats, ticker symbol LPSN. So this is a juggernaut in the landscape of marketing and sales automation that's starting to eat the lunch of a lot of these smaller competitors, even privately owned companies that are unicorns, like the company Gong, that records a lot of these conference calls for sales teams and providing AI follow up recommendations, etc. And then I also saw that Microsoft CoPilot will also give you suggestions on how to write your email follow ups to your customers, leveraging AI. So, what does that mean for startup darlings like Lavender that also helps leverage AI to compose your emails so that your potential prospects will receive them and open them and interact? So it'll be very interesting to see what happens uh, with AI and Microsoft versus Google and others. Another thing that really stuck out today is I did a little bit of research and I found out the rebalancing next week for the NASDAQ 100 isn't much to really report on. After July 24th next week, the collective weight of the NASDAQ 100 will go from over 50%. I think it's like 56% right now for the Magnificent Seven. It'll go down to 44%. Um, the stocks that will see the largest decrease will be Nvidia, down 3% of the weighted average. Microsoft will also be cut by 3% of the NASDAQ 100 weighting, but Apple only 0.6%. So Apple will still be highly weighted in the NASDAQ 100, and it will still remain highly weighted in the S&P 500 as well. All of these names are very heavily weighted in the S&P 500 as well. I still believe, just watch Apple. I think Apple is the most dangerous stock in the world. As long as it's flying high, it's fine. But everybody owns Apple, not just their devices, but also their stock, also their corporate bonds. If Apple shows any weakness in the next 6 months, you heard it here first. That is the canary in the coal mine. Everyone is in Apple. Um, so that's what's happening next week with the rebalancing. So if you see that on the news, it's not really big news at all, to be quite honest. I think some of the companies that are gaining in weighting are going to be like Broadcom, Pepsi, Costco, Adobe, who I used to work with. Go Adobe. Great company. A little bit, I think it's on a run right now, but we'll see how it goes. Cisco Systems, AMD, Comcast, T-Mobile. All of these are like little 1% weight increases in that index. So we'll see what happens. Let's see what was strong today outside of those big mega caps and financials. Some of these companies scare me, man. Like Carvana. Carvana is up 12% as I'm recording this. I've never purchased a car from them, but apparently a lot of people do. Um, and they got some type of patent or something on how to display items for purchase through a display type thing that they do, where it's like a vending machine, like when you buy candy, but it's for cars. Uh, the ticker symbol AI is up quite a lot today as well. We're looking at AI right now is up 4.84% with 2 minutes to go. You also have Kava, which is the new IPO for food, the Greek food, up 7% today. And then I noticed also MDB was up earlier in the session. It is right now up 4.1%. Even Carnival Cruise Lines on an upgrade is up pretty big for cruise lines. It's up big for the last few weeks, but today it's up 2.91%. So yeah, very bullish day. The banks, are getting their party on right now. Goldman will be reporting tomorrow morning pre-market. Tesla and Netflix, Alcoa, United Airlines all report after the close on Wednesday. So I will be releasing this on Wednesday morning or very, very early, like Wednesday morning, like maybe like 3, 4 a.m. So again, thank you for checking in on the podcast. Please subscribe to Substack. It's nyugrad.substack.com. My Twitter handle is simple. It's also nyugrad Substack. And I will see you shortly. Thanks and have a great day.